If you could have artificial intelligence do any daily task, what would you have it do?
Shaving my legs. Hi, I'm Jen.
Hi, I'm Beth.
And I'm Leah.
And this is Let's Get Real.
Introduced to you by Abby.
Arsenal Women's intelligent automation partner.
Right, guys, should we kick this off some questions?
Let's go.
Let's do this. What smell reminds you of your childhood?
Christmas trees.
I'd say maybe freshly cooked grass when you're knocking about as a kid.
Yeah, that
like yourself, heads and volleys. What is your first football memory?
I remember my first training session, I could only toe punt the ball.
She still does that,
nervous. Yeah, to go.
Tackles.
Yeah, I do.
One of my first ever coaching earliest memories was, when coaches say, "Oh, I could throw a towel over you." Do you know what I mean? You're all too close together, whatever, spread out. I don't know why, that's my first ever coaching.
That must have been I'd
be like, shut up.
My first one was I got took to a boys team, and I was meant to go play with a girls team, but obviously because I'd played heads and volleys and stuff with the boys in the village for so long, I didn't want to go and play with the girls and got myself really upset. So I went and played with the boys. I obviously was like, oh, I'm a bit unsure. My dad was like, it's fine, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. So I went into a big 50-50 with this boy, and my dad just heard us scream and crying, and it was the boy laid on the floor and me just walking around with this ball. Strong girl.
Who was the first person to believe in your dreams of football, and how has this person inspired you in your journey?
I'd probably say my brother. He was kind of the first person that he played a bit. Obviously, he went on to play rugby, but then he played a lot of football when he was a kid, and I think because of that, I got into football. I remember him knocking the ball back and forth constantly in the back garden, and him kind of always saying, you can play with the boys, just go for it.
I'm gonna go deep, sorry guys. Mine would be my mum. She worked 2 jobs, we live in the middle of nowhere, it afforded petrol for my dad to take me to training. She didn't expect anything but people don't see, or she didn't have to do that. And obviously with her not being here now, it inspires me more to kind of be successful for her as well, so.
No, she was always mad proud of you, to be fair. So you can see she's putting in the hours, and then she
wanted something back. She wanted something back.
There's so many people, my family, you guys know my family's so tight. Yeah. My dad was the one that literally sort of looked me in the eye and was like, you can actually do this. He used to say to me, you'll be able to earn your wage in football one day. Because obviously at the time, they had to have 2 jobs. And then when I got to about 15, and I thought, I think I'm just going to pack this in now. I was really focused on school. Yeah. I had other dreams. And then that's when it really kicked in. I just thought, nah, I can't turn, not yet. I've got to at least see, thank God.
What would you say has been your biggest game-changing life moment? Did you win the Euros?
Yeah, I think it's got to be winning the Euros. At Wembley, on home soil, it has changed the game over here, and it's been very special to be a part of it.
They could have done it 10 years ago, but we were the ones to do it.
Mine was just being there.
Abby is all about innovation. What athlete or personality do you consider being an innovator in their field, and why?
I'd probably say Andy Murray on that one. He plays with a metal hit. No, I think pro athlete has done that, and I think for him to get back to the top level, for me, I was he kind of went against all odds to get back to that sort of top level, and it's always when nobody's done something, I think that's when innovation probably is spoken about.
I think it's a little bit along your lines. Katarina Johnson-Thompson, she had some big bad injuries, and then she's come back and obviously just recently won.
100%.
I mean, I think anyone that has as a child, it just wasn't done before. Not if you think how far women's sport has come, especially women's sport, and to grow within that is difficult anyway. If you consider the first game you played and what was required of you to now, to then have a child come back when there's a bit of a stigma around it. It's just anyone that's Katie Chapman had 3 children and came back and won Super Leagues. Serena Williams getting back to the top in tennis. Any woman that puts her body through that, I think is incredible, because there's just no one knows anything about it yet, so they are.
Yeah.
If you could have artificial intelligence do any daily task, what would you have it do? I know mine would be tidy up. When you get your washing out of the washing machine and then you carry it to the bed and then you just leave it on the bed.
Yeah, when it's folded away.
Yeah, and then you think, I've made it halfway, I'll come back to that later, and then when I go to sleep I just move it to the side.
Yeah.
I know, maybe washing bedding. Taking the bedding off, washing it and putting the bedding back on.
That's
heavy. That's a big job.
I think mine would be to cook.
Oh, Beth, you hit the nail on the
Yeah.
head.
I don't know if this will be weird for the robot, but like shaving my leg. Thanks, girls. Well answered. That was great answering some questions.
I didn't know some of that stuff about you, so that was nice.
No, likewise, actually.
Thanks for joining us today.
If you want to learn more about Abby,
Please visit abby.com.